Hello.
Hey.
So he was telling me some really interesting things about Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And him launching dildos into space for Africa and the Middle East. And, well, ask him if he could explain that a little bit better.
No, I was just telling Gino. I mean, I don't have a long story for it, but I was just on YouTube and they had
at least 30 minutes.
Oh God.
Yeah. This is all we have.
But I was just telling him that I was watching the live launch of the rocket. I think it's called the Falcon.
Okay.
And they launched it into space, and it's supposed to like release 30-something satellites orbiting, and it's supposed to like give like really good internet to like the Middle East, Africa, and I think parts of Asia too.
Can you give really good internet to my house? Because my Comcast internet is garbage.
I mean, if your house is in the middle,
well, no, it's not. So why can't he launch satellites over here?
I don't know. I got excited because I saw it was supposed to make internet like faster and stuff. I was like, and it's like for these countries, it's like, oh,
no one ever wants to help us. Where's our aid?
Well, I think he was working with like a Middle East company with it too that sponsored it. So I think that's why.
Well, Elon, thanks for helping me out, dude. No, it takes me 30 minutes to download my favorite hentai video offline. Because
4K hentai.
Because someone didn't launch satellites over my space.
You know what's really cool, though? I don't know if this is the first time they've done it, but you know how when they launch a rocket into space and it has the pieces that come off of it?
The rockets.
They program them to land.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so they fucking landed all the way back to where they launched the rocket. It was fucking nuts.
And then what did they do with them?
I don't know. Maybe they'll reuse them.
That was cool. Then the guy just walks over and just pushes it
over. Right to the ocean.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so instead of like having debris just fall into the wherever.
Well, they calculate all that stuff. Apparently, like NASA knows like when to like let him go, and they always like make sure it's like over in the middle. I guess is it bad for the environment to let giant hunks of metal fall to the earth and just fall into the water? I guess not. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not a scientist.
They sink ships all the time. From marine life.
That's true.
So I don't know if it's like the same thing.
I guess as long as it doesn't have any like fuel in it.
Wow, I hear fuel's good for fish. I heard
they makes them stronger.
Yeah, remember when all that oil got leaked in
by BP
and by the Panhandle, in, like the Gulf of Mexico, and it was like really bad.
That was bad.
Well, I thought the whole time, like, man, if I lived there, I go out there and just start like scooping that oil up
and rubbing it in your hair.
Probably. Sue the company.
My God, Gino, I got a great idea for the podcast.
Yeah.
You should tell our listeners stories of Mr. Miller.
Oh, God.
Should we use his actual name? Should I bleep that out?
I don't know. Like he's like gonna listen to it. The dude's like fucking 95 years old. I don't even like know. That should be like a whole like. You know, we should really. We'll do like a tease, but we should have your brother on.
Ooh, and then you guys tell Mr. Miller stories.
We could do like a whole like good chunk of stories because he has some great ones too. I can tell like the basic that I one time worked on a boardwalk. Mm-hmm. Undisclosed location. There's only two. There's like 3 of them here.
Yeah, we're in New Jersey.
Yeah, we're apparently we're like the only states that have boardwalks too, which I never knew, but that doesn't happen anywhere else apparently once you leave the Northeast. And worked at this place that made food, and this guy was my boss, and he was a lunatic, and I guess one of the most famous and like world-renowned stories, like even Nick's seen, like a couple of my friends that work there, it's like he'll come in. And a little behind the scenes of people who've never seen how French fries are made. You make French fries, right? Mm-hmm. You gotta put them through the French fry maker, which cuts them up into perfect fries. And then you let them soak in water for a while, and then you take them out of the water and you put them in the fryer to fry them, but you don't fry them completely. They call it blanch. You blanch them, kind of cooks it, but not fully cooks it, and then you fry it, and that's how they come up nice and crispy and are not all. Ooh. Yeah, that's the secret. So when they're sitting in the water, Mr. Miller used to come in, and he like throw his hands into the water, and then like throw them back out, like put it through his hair. And I remember like staring. I'm like, "What do you do?" He's like, "It's good for your hair. The starch. It's good for you." I was like, "Right."
Potato water.
And he's like, "Yeah," and it's just like there's like customers like watching him do it. And I'm just like, "That's probably
that's what you want to see."
I'm like, "That's probably not what you want to see." But then they never cared.
I mean, to be fair, it is New Jersey. I feel like that's expected.
You know what's weird too? It's like how like people used to like come there and be like, "Oh, I used to come when I was a kid back in the '80s, and I live out in like west fucking nowhere, and me and my family always vacation here. We always come here." I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, to be fair, those fries are pretty good.
Listen. That's probably the most maybe unsanitary thing that ever went on in that place. He was like he was really good about that shit. It was always people like scrubbing the floors. He cleaned the fryers once a week. Shit was like really, and I have to say all the ingredients are always fresh too. He never used anything old. So besides him with the starch in the water and his hair, everything else is great in that place.
My brother has a story. It's not like bad or anything.
Yes,
but.
What, did he drop fish on the floor and then fried it?
No.
Oh,
it was
because we do that. But listen, every restaurant does that. It cooks it off. There's no bacteria. It goes through the. Don't worry about it.
No, the worst. I think my brothers at least told me is that after they were done frying fish, they'd make funnel cakes in the same oil.
Yes.
And people.
I wonder if that was on the boardwalk or if that was the other location, because your brother worked at two. There was two locations.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So I want to know which one that's on. So I've never seen that because we had a separate little fryer in the back for the fish. So I doubt it was on the boardwalk. But then again, things do get busy, and lines are cut.
I think he was saying this happened later on at like night. They were like done frying fish and start making funnel cakes.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nor do I care. It's good for you.
But we'll definitely have to get my brother on since you and him have both worked at the same place.
Yeah.
And have good stories.
I always forget him got on that job. Remember, it took me like 2 seconds. Your mom was like so happy.
And my brother was like the worst. Like, did you call that place and tell him that you know Gino?
Yeah. It took like 2 seconds. I called Mr. Miller when I was there, and I was like, I got a real good kid here for you. He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I was like, his name is Nick, and blah, blah, blah. He'll work. Tell him to call. Start him next week. I was like, all right, call him next week, Nick, and he'll give you your schedule. Your mom's like, that's it? I was like, yeah, I got him a job.
He's my brother. I remember when he started working at the place with my mom being a cook there.
Yes.
They called Mr. Miller for a reference, and Mr. Miller's like, could you tell him to come here? He's like, I still got a check for him. He never picked up his last check.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Like, my brother's so, like, such a space case sometimes.
I was really good at Mr. Miller. He always, like, remember, like, every cent, like, he owed people. But he would, like, pay you, too, like, out of his, like, pocket. Like, he used to take out, like, he used to keep this, like, big wad of cash in his front pocket. He'd take us, like, how many hours you work again? And I'm like, I work blah, blah, blah. He'd be like, here you go. I go, oh, thanks, man.
Can I request one story? Can you tell people about the Twinkie story?
Yes.
That one's pretty funny.
Because it's a good story and it worked out well. So when I used to work this place, I used to also pick up the supplies. And I used to go to Restaurant Depot. Which, if you don't know what Restaurant Depot is, it's like a superstore. Oh my God, what? Yeah, it is a superstore.
Well, it's only like a store you would go to if you own a business.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like if you had Costco and then times it by 5.
Yeah,
it's huge and it has like it sells like everything you would ever want if you worked.
Like no one would go there to buy regular groceries for their house.
Some weirdos do.
Oh, okay.
Like there are some weirdos that get, because it's like a Costco, you get a card.
Yeah.
Then you can come whenever
and you buy in bulk.
But like you can get like cuts of meat that you can't really get anywhere else because it's like, so some people anyway. I digress. And so I used to go there all the time for supplies, and Mr. Miller would just hand me like $2,000 of cash and just be like, go get us the supplies, you know what we need. I'm like, oh, okay. So I went there, and one day I was there, I was like, I don't know, half asleep, because this is like when the days I used to go to parties and like stay up to like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I work at 8. I'd be really extremely tired. So I went there with a bunch of Serbians. I was walking around, and I caught my eye, I saw a box, and I'm like, oh, what's this? And I walked over, and it was a giant box that said 1,000 Twinkies. And I was like, getting it. And I threw it right on the card. And I was like, I'm getting this. I don't care. So so I put it in the truck, and he hires like people out of the country to work. One of them, for a while, we hired a lot of Serbians, the nicest people in the world. So I had like 2 of them with us to help us load the truck. So we're all in there, and the one Serbian guy's like, why do you have a box of Twinkies? I was like, I don't know. I want 1,000 Twinkies, so I got it.
I wanted it.
Mr. Will, so you do this? I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's 1,000 Twinkies. Doesn't matter. I got this shot. So we drove back, and I didn't think he was going to be there, and he was there, and we're unloading the truck, and I forgot. And I was like, fuck, the Twinkies are in there. So him go, oh, what the fuck is... Get out! And I was like, oh, God. I was like, yeah, what's going on, man? He's like, what's this? I was like, what's what? He's like, this! And he takes the box out. And there's 1,000... He goes, why do you have 1,000? Why'd you buy 1,000 things of Twinkies? I was like, I bought that? I was like, how'd that get on there? And he's like, why'd you buy a box of 1,000 Twinkies? I was like, well, Mr. Miller, I don't know. I saw a box of 1,000 Twinkies, right? And I thought, this is a great deal. So I was like, you know, it's how do you not get it? How do you not buy it?
You see it, you have to get it.
I go, how do you not get it?
1,000 Twinkies.
He just looked at me. He's like, "We'll fry it. We'll fry and sell it." I go, "That's what I was thinking. That was my whole idea was I was going to take the box home because he'll never know. He'll never notice." It was cheap too. It was like only $20 or something.
I was going to ask how much that was.
It wasn't that much money.
$20 for
maybe a little more.
Twinkies.
I can't remember what it was. It was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
It was cheap for the size. Mm-hmm. So my goal was I was going to take the box and just walk down Arnold Avenue with the fucking with a giant Twinkie box and throw it in my pickup at the time.
Oh yeah, that would have been funny because I forgot you can't park anywhere near your job in the boardwalk, so you would have had to walk with this box. Which I
was ready to do it. I was totally with it. I didn't give two shits. I texted Eddie. Eddie was working out. I was like, dude, I just bought a box of 1,000 Twinkies. I can't wait to eat all this. Then Miss Miller spoiled my plan. I was like, fuck. He's like, well, we'll fry it. I was like, all right. I went back there. I grabbed like a grocery bag. I took like half the Twinkies. I took at least 400 Twinkies home. Wow. Yeah, I stuffed the bag like 4 times, like throughout the course of like a day. And I was like, nah, half of these are coming home with me. So, but yeah, so we still fried Twinkies for a while. So that was kind of cool. So I made a little bit of business for him, but that was like one of the times. I used to buy these like random shit all the time. I see some like really cool. I'm just like, I'm just gonna fucking buy it.
I'm just gonna buy it.
Who cares? Like one time I bought a lamb's head. Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah, one time I bought a lamb's head. I don't know, because I never saw it before. And I thought it was hilarious. It was
people cook that and eat that?
Yep. It was completely frozen. Wow. Decapitated lamb's head.
Jesus.
It was like for like $35, and I was like, oh, I kind of want this.
So what'd you do with it when you bought it?
I don't remember. I think I just bought it to Brian's. It was like, look, look what I bought. It's a lamb's head. And everyone was just like looking at me weird. I think we shot it with like a gun or something like that. Oh my! Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we did. I think we shot it or like, oh, we did something within the woods. Whatever. I mean, it was already dead. It's money well spent. That was a while ago, though. I actually don't really remember what we did with it, but I think we shot it or like, oh, I know what we did.
What's that?
I remember why I bought it now. I bought it because I had a stockpile of like M80s, like firecrackers, no. And we like stuffed it with it, and I knew how to like get them like all taped together, and like open them and have them like work off one fuse and make it like one giant firecracker. So that's what we did. That's what we did. We blew the lamb's head up in the middle of the woods.
That's cool.
At an undisclosed location, so the police can't find us. So if you're walking around in New Jersey and you find a skull shattered into a million pieces, and you're like, "What is this?" It's the lamb. It's the lamb skull. Yeah, it was fun though. It was a cool time. It was fun, you know, stuff I did. I was like 19. Give me a break.
Yeah.
I was a kid.
I'm not judging
I couldn't legally drink yet. I had nothing else to do. So I bought a lamb's head.
I just was amazed because I've never... You think you hear everyone's stories, and then when you like make them repeat their stories, you'll get like new information or you'll remember something
I honestly forgot about that every now. I remember you could buy like a full body lamb too there. Like you buy like a full lamb or like a full few other animals like completely frozen intact, waiting for you to butcher. I thought it was the weirdest thing. Those were in like the deep freezer because you would have the cold cooler that was the meat. You had a freezer, then you had a deep freezer where you literally had to go in there like wearing like protective gear because it was like minus like 30 degrees.
Wow, like you would get like frostbite.
If you breathe, if you breathed in, your nostril like freezes. Like it's like you can only go there for like a short amount of time, and that's where I found the lamb's head, and like I held it up in front of me. I was like, oh. I was like, I gotta buy this. I was like, I gotta take this home with me and talk to it for a few days. No. Brought it home, immediately went to the woods, immediately blew it up.
I just had instant flashbacks to when I used to be a waiter and working in like a kitchen during the summer is hell. So we would just like every once in a while, like if you had all your tables all set and ready.
Yes.
Like you would just go into the freezer and like hang out in there.
I used to do that.
You'd go in there, you see someone else in there like checking their phone, like, oh hey, what's going on?
Imagine how hot it'd be on the boardwalk during July.
Oh my God.
And then being surrounded by fryers. Mm-hmm. It was I used to go into the walk-in all the time.
And sweaty people.
It was one of the Julys was like unfun hot. You knew it was hot because it was so hot there was like nobody on the beach. It was like one of those days where it was like 100. Like once in a while Jersey pretends it's like Arizona and gets like extremely
those
fucking
are bad
hot.
Like when you want to go on the beach and then you step on the sand and the sand fucking hurts.
There was literally like no one on the beach. It was like 1 o'clock on a Saturday. That's how hot it was. Ugh. But we knew once the sun went down,
everyone.
It was going to get wild.
Yeah.
And exactly. Probably one of the busiest. Hotter is during the day, more busy it'll be at night because everybody waits. Everybody stays in their hotels. Everyone just chills out and waits for the opportunity when the fucking evil sun climbs behind the horizon and everyone in the fucking boardwalk gets insane.
The evil sun.
It is, dude. It's bad, man. It was. I used to hate the. There was a while that summers were ruined for me because it'd just be like, even now, like I'll walk out like
I can imagine that sounds miserable.
I'll walk on like a really hot summer day. I'll have like war flashbacks of like just being like covered in like and grease and just it's so hot, Mr. Miller, stop. Stop. I mean, there was some days it was so like those days when it's like really hot. He would just keep like a skeleton crew during the day because there'd be nobody.
Yeah.
So then everyone would come at night and then it'd be like literally we'd have lines of 60 deep for like 8 hours. It's like never ending. It's insane. That dude makes so much fucking money.
At least God. Like, would the day go by quicker?
Once night hit, yeah, but like I was the I was a big boy there.
Yeah, you're the man in charge.
I was one of the chosen ones, so I'd be the daytime skeleton crew guy. So I'd be there all fucking day, just doing nothing, making a fry every 2 hours, and then like the night would hit, and I would stay. There was plenty of times I worked from like 7 to 10. Like, I was there all day.
Wow.
But I made so much money. And it was so fucking
Yeah, my brother would tell me the same thing. He's like, I'd stay there for late, but I'd make so much money doing it.
I used to have, like, wads of cash just, like, around my room all the time. And what I do with it, I spent every cent of it. Every cent of it.
Need a good job during the summer. You're in Jersey. Work on the boardwalk.
Yeah, I mean that's where most of the kids locals do. I mean, everyone pretty much. That's a lot of times. That's like kids' first birthdays. That's like kids' jobs. Yeah, I mean before that, I can't remember. That wasn't my first job. What was my first job? I don't remember what my first job was. Oh, ShopRite.
Oh yeah,
ShopRite, then Stop and Shop. And I love Stop and Shop for the boardwalk. ShopRite was funny too. That was a horrible fucking place.
Didn't you work there with George?
Dude, George, I mean, I got hired there through high school because I did ROTC in high school, so I was able to get enough credits where I was able to enter this program that got you like a job, and you only go to one half my senior year, the later half, I only went to school till 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's awesome.
And then I either went to work or I just went home for the day. Depends if I was scheduled or not. So it was like, yeah, it was really fucking awesome. And yeah, I did that for a while. It was fun. And then something happened. I feel like I told this story on here. Did I tell the chlorine bomb story on here?
No, you did not.
No?
No.
Should I tell it?
If you want.
Yeah, so I'll make it quick.
You've definitely never told
I was working
that.
at ShopRite in produce. I've been there for a while. I was working night with this other guy. And he came up to me and he's like, hey, is that your Coke bottle in the back? And I was like, yeah. He's like, are you done with it? And I was like, yeah. So can I have your bottle? And I was like, yeah, sure. Dip was really big back then, so people just asked for bottles all the time. But I was like, "Oh, he just wants to, spit dip in it." He comes back and he goes, "Hey, you want to see something cool?" I went, "Sure." So he walked into the back of produce, like all the way back, and in the bottle, he had crushed up chlorine and he was pouring rubbing alcohol in it.
Oh my God!
Which makes the bottle explode. And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Dude, you make chlorine bomb?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, cool." I'm like, "I didn't care." I was like, I didn't think anything of it, and we're sitting there, nothing happens. He's like, "Fuck, it's not working." And I was like, "Oh."
Wait, where did you do this?
In the back of produce. Like inside where you keep like all the vegetables and stuff.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you did this like out in the middle of ShopRite.
No, we did it like, because when you walk in the back of ShopRite produce, there's you come through the double doors, there's a first room. Yeah. With like shit. And then there's a second room with more shit. So we put in the second room and we stood behind the doors smartly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, watching it. Then it wasn't working. And he was like, "What the fuck?" So he goes back, he picks it up, and he's like shaking the bottle. He's like, "I guess it's not true." As he's talking to me, I can see the chlorine breaking down and the bottle expanding in his hand. And I was like, "Dude, yo!" And he's like, "Oh!" And he throws the bottle, and it doesn't go through the door. So now we run. It's in the first room, which I think fucked us, and then it exploded.
Oh my God!
It might have been the loudest explosion I've ever heard in my entire life. Everyone heard it in the store. Chlorine gas just filled like that whole area. It was a big deal. And yeah, so.
But he was 19. He couldn't drink. Leave him alone.
Yeah, he couldn't drink. Well, you know what? I think that guy was over 21. I did it at the time. Like I was 18 at the time. He was like in his 20s, so he has no excuse.
I was gonna say you weren't the one who.
I didn't do anything. So like the guy comes, one of the store managers that was there was like, "What the fuck happened, man?" And Matt was like, "Blah blah, this happened." One of the supervisors, and my shift was over. I was like, "See ya." I just left. Not thinking anything. Come back the next day. I see like all my schedule like just black lines through it, and I was like, well, "That's probably not good." So I went up. I went up to the store manager. He was a big loser, and then getting fired like a month after I left, which is good because he was a big fucking loser. I was like, "Why is my schedule?" I checked out. He's like, "We got to talk to." What's their faces have to, what are they called? Loss prevention needs to talk to you. So right now, we don't know what your schedule is going to be. Blah, blah, blah. Under investigation and all this other bullshit. And I was like, okay. I was like, whatever. So they called me in I worked normal, came the next day, worked normal. And then they were like, they called me into their office and they were like, yeah. So we looked at the video and you have nothing to do with the chlorine bomb. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I gave him the bomb. Like, I didn't know, it was supposed to be for that. They're like, yeah. These guys are like, these guys think they're cops too. Which you know what I mean more. Like, they think they're cops.
The people who work that shop,
Loss prevention. They think they're like the FBI. Like, they're doing this country a huge service. And they're not. They're fucking losers that couldn't make it in real law enforcement. And that's why they're watching kids, make sure they're not stealing cookies from ShopRite. So, whatever. So, I was just sitting there. I was like, all right, cool. And I was about to get up. He's like, but we did see this. And I was like, okay. And they play a video of me standing over the compost trash can, throwing up bad shit and like chopping it with a melon knife. And I was like, yeah. He's like, why are you chopping good product with a melon knife? I was like, no, it's bad product. That's compost. It's gonna be compost. I was just having fun with it. So that's not safe. I went, okay. I go, all right, I won't do it again. He's like, well, we have to suspend you indefinitely. I was like, what?
Wow.
I go, what does that mean? He's like, you're not fired. To call you union rep. Well, to see what happens right now, you're suspended. I go, yeah, I'm not doing that. I go, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to leave. They're like, well, I don't know if you can leave. I go, you're the cops? I go, I'm going to leave. I go, I'm done. This place sucks. I was like, you're a joke. I go, here's my apron. I go, here's my stupid dumb hat. I go, I'm out. I'm like, spending definitely. I go, get the fuck out of my face, dude. I go, I'm gonna go work a shop. I'm gonna go work a Stop and Shop. I go, have fun. I go, what the fuck? I'm spending definitely. Call my union rep. Fuck you. I was like, no way. I was like, I didn't give a fuck. So I just left.
It sounded like they were just trying to get rid of you.
Yeah, apparently they wiped the entire produce section not that long after I left.
Yeah,
like they went through like everyone and like moved them or got rid of them. So whatever. I don't care. They expect me to like just to sit there and like call my union rep and be like, oh god, I need this job. I went goodbye. I left. They kept on trying to get me to stay. I was like, dude. I was like, you're not the cops. I go, call the cops. I guess. I'm not staying. I'm done with this place. Go fuck yourself. I leave. I call my friend who worked at Stop and Shop. I go, hey, you got like any spots open to produce? And he's like, oh, you know what? We actually some guy just left. He's like, why don't you come and talk to Carl? That's the guy who runs produce. I was like, okay. So I left ShopRite, drove to Stop and Shop, met the guy.
The same day.
Like, hour within each other. I went there. Shook his hand, talked to him. He was like, oh, let's talk to Mike. He's the one that does hiring. I'm like, okay. I walked in Mike. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, we need someone produce. He's like, so we used to work at ShopRite? I was like, I just left, actually. And I told him the whole story. I told him the truth. I told him exactly what I did with the melon knife. And he just sat back. He goes, can you not play the melon knife when you're here? I go, sure, absolutely. He's like,
that's all they ask.
He goes, okay. He's like, what you free Wednesday? He's like, want to start Wednesday? I was like, yeah, sure. It was like Monday this happened. He was like, all right, come back Monday. We'll do a quick orientation. We'll get you in person. All right, cool. So I went home to my dad. I was like, hey, Dad, I quit ShopRite, and now I work at Stop and Shop. And I told him
what a turnaround.
Yeah, he was just like, okay. I told him what happened. He's like, fuck them. It's a good thing you left. It's like, suspend me indefinitely. I was like, what does that even mean? Suspended indefinitely. I'm an 18-year-old kid that puts product on a fucking. I take
Call
out
your union rep.
Yeah, I take out lettuce and I put it on a fucking shelf. I'm like, suspended indefinitely. I want to work. Goodbye. And I just left. And I got hired the same day. Something happened when I left. This is later, much later in life. After the work, I started a job at Target, and then the same thing happened. Target, after 3 months, they were just like, "Yeah, we're not gonna," because you have like a 3-month grace period, and they can decide they want to keep you or not.
Yeah.
And they were just like, "Yeah, we're not keeping you." And I was like, "Okay." Like, you can reapply maybe in a month or so. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna reapply. I'm like, we talk about
as if it's like the greatest job in the world.
I'm like, I'm just gonna. I said it jokingly. I'm like, I'm going to go work at Walmart now. And then like a week later, I was working at Walmart because I knew someone that worked there also. And then, whatever. I'd rather not talk about Walmart. It's a bad place. It's a bad time.
Do you want to get to the meat of our podcast?
Yeah. We can talk about what hentai I watched last night.
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
You want to talk about. There's this guy. And now, yeah, I guess we could talk about Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, so
spoilers ahead.
Spoilers ahead. Yeah, we're not.
Iron Man dies.
It's
they warned you.
Well, that was ruined for you right away. Can you tell people about that?
So, before Endgame, when I knew I was seeing it, I stood off all the sites I thought would get me. My meme ones, Star Wars, YouTube comment sections. Yep. Just stood away from everything. I was reading an article about the new quarterback the Giants drafted, Daniel Jones. And I was just reading it, and I scrolled down the comments, because I like to see people's takes on, like, and right there, all caps, first comment, Tony Stark dies. I was like...
The last place you would even think.
I was like, here? I go, here? I was so mad. I was like, I thought he was going to, actually.
You could see it coming.
I thought it was going to be him or Captain America. I was like, someone big is dying.
Yeah.
Now, the question is who?
Mm-hmm. Well, because, both their contracts were done, so you knew one of them was probably going to die, the other one passed down the mantle, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. But it was done, like, they just didn't kill him, like, dumbly. Like, he died awesomely. Like, the way they did it was perfect. I liked it a lot. It wasn't like...
I felt so dumb that I didn't see that coming, where Thanos is like, I am an inevitable, and then he just has the glove, and he goes, and I am Iron Man. And I was like, how did I not see that?
Yeah. I like
that was perfect.
I like how he talks shit. I forgot he did that right before he snapped his finger. He's like, I'm Iron Man, and your skin color is stupid. And he snapped. Thanos was like...
What the fuck?
And then he just disappeared into ash.
You're stupid and purple.
Imagine what he did was change his, like, skin color to, like, brown. Or, like, the yellow. Neon yellow.
Makes him bright orange.
I'm so ugly! And he just runs away. It was really good, though. I'm trying to think other big things that happened that I thought was, like, cool.
We were talking about how, like, people were complaining about the women. It's so stupid.
All I saw was videos of, like, or people overreacting about the feminist agenda and Avengers. I was like, feminist agenda? I'm like, what are they talking about? Like, I see the articles like women can't handle, like, women and blah, blah, blah. I was like, damn, like, I wonder what they did. It must have been pretty, like, in your face.
In your face.
So I was like, wait for it. I was like, I don't see Avengers doing it wrong and, like, distasteful like that, where they would, like, shove it in your face or anything. So I was like, I don't fucking believe that. You know, the scene was at one point all the women find themselves next to each other, the main women characters, and then they charge at Thanos' army.
Yeah.
I go, that's shoving it down my face?
That's it.
That was it. That happens on the other side. How many times does Captain America, Hulk, and, like, they all find each other next to each other, then they run into battle? Yeah. I thought it was badass. I thought it was cool as fuck. That was, like, one of my favorite parts of the movie. I was like, oh, it's awesome. Well, that's sick.
Like, I figured everyone was going to be there, but when I saw, like, Pepper Potts show up in a suit, I was like, dang, this is fucking awesome. It was
awesome. I was like, why do people hate this?
And I told you my favorite shot was, like, when Pepper and Iron Man are flying up back to back shooting lasers. I was like, oh, this is so fucking cool. They're so in sync with each other.
I liked that a lot. I liked
Thor.
I love
Thor was my favorite in that movie.
Thor being fat and depressed is, like, my favorite thing.
I'm not crying. Yes, I'm crying.
That was really funny. I'm trying to think of other things that were really funny in that movie that made me laugh.
When Hulk dabbed?
That's one thing I don't like about the movie.
That was the first thing our friend Nick brought up when he saw the movie.
Yeah, that Hulk dabbed. I was just like, when I saw him, like, he was, like, normal, but, like, Hulk size still. It's kind of just like,
yeah.
Kind of takes away of the whole Hulk's character. The Hulk's supposed to be.
That's what I thought, because I see the Hulk as, like, his own person.
Yeah.
But, like, I was talking to our buddy Gonzo about it. He's really big into the Marvel stuff. And he was saying that he thinks that just their consciousness combined together, I guess. But, like, you don't see it in the movie. So that's my only complaint.
Yeah, I mean...
Because after watching, like, Thor Ragnarok, like, how he had his own personality and stuff.
I also think it sucks, too, because I feel bad for the actor that he was just continuously always being CGI'd. Yeah, I mean, like, he was in the movie, but he was never not CGI. So whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno. Oh, you're talking about...
What's wrong with you? Luke Ferrigno hasn't played the Hulk since the 70s.
No, he did the Hulk's voice for the movies.
I'm talking about the guy who plays the Hulk.
Okay, Mark Ruffalo.
I'm talking about Mark Ruffalo never being in real character in the room, just his normal self, continuously being CGI. Really? Luke, that's who I was talking about. Is that guy even alive still?
I thought you were saying that, like, oh, they took away Lou Ferrigno because he wasn't, like, doing a Hulk voice.
I was really worried about that. That's what really upset me, was that there was a guy... they hired him to do the Hulk voice. They could have someone just go into a mic and save themselves $30 million.
You think they paid him $30 million?
I probably paid him a good amount of money. I mean, Lou Ferrigno, you really need him to fucking do it? Just gargle into a mic.
Hulk smash.
Whoa! You can use that, Marvel. You can use that. You can send me my check in my mail. Hulk smash. But everything else was good. I like how the time travel aspect was cool.
The CGI for the Hulk was really good, too.
I mean, it was good anyway. All the CGI is fucking amazing. Yeah. They're not going to do that movie and have shitty CGI. They're not going to have, like, Revenge of the Sith CGI, where it's just like you can tell they're all walking in a green screen. And like, it's not well done. You know, it's held up okay, but like you look back now and you're like, yes, there's
the one that bothers me so much is fucking the first fight scene with Anakin and
Count Dooku.
Yeah, because like instead of getting a stunt actor look-alike,
they just CGI'd him.
Yeah, and it looks like goofy as fuck.
Yeah,
he has like a cartoon face.
Bad.
Yeah,
it's bad. George Lucas was like, I don't leave my computer room. I'm going to do my whole movie right from
Could you imagine for Star Wars, not to take it away from Avengers, but real quick, like,
doesn't matter.
Like, just editing and doing the special effects and having George Lucas breathing
Put more
down
Jar
your
Jar.
shoulder. I don't do this, do that.
Put more Jar Jar.
All those people look miserable too.
Put Jar Jar right here. No, he's not even in the scene. Put him in the back. Put Jar Jar in the back.
And make the thing fart in his face. The kids will love it.
Yeah, but Avengers was great.
Yeah.
I don't think of other things I liked about it a lot. It's so hard because
just that end fight scene is so
it's pretty
good.
Epic when all like the portals open.
Oh my god! On your left, and fucking first like Black Panther comes out.
You're like, oh, that'll help a little bit.
And then Doctor Strange and everyone else. Yeah, imagine just Black Panther shows up. Where's everyone else? They couldn't come.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here. It's just me. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
He just scratches Thanos. He's like, fuck! And he just walks away.
It's like a man like trying to handle their cat, and he's like, oh, fuck! Oh, shit!
You know what? I'm done. Let's get out of here. This
Black Panther hisses at him.
This hurts. This fucking shit hurts.
I'm done with this stupid planet.
It's like a dumb paper cut.
I like how they continued Thanos' arc and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
His whole objective was to wipe out half the population, make everyone stronger.
That he's like, nope.
It didn't work, so fuck this. I'm starting everything over again.
I'm gonna make my own universe.
Yeah.
And I guess, was he going to wipe himself out in the process?
You know what? I don't know.
I feel like
he didn't wipe himself out when he first did it.
Well, I'm saying, but now he wants to, like, he wanted to make a whole new universe. So I'm like, is he just going to, like, be like, brand new
He
universe?
probably would have saved himself. I
don't know. He's pretty psycho.
Yeah.
He was totally cool with himself getting his head chopped off.
He was.
Because he didn't care. It's like, he goes, what I've done is unreversible.
Oh, yeah, when he sees the hologram of him getting his head cut off, and he's like, now that's destiny.
Like, he doesn't care at all. So, I mean,
he doesn't care.
I'm like, I think he might have restarted the whole universe and just been like, everyone gone. Maybe, I don't know.
That'd be a place start of bloodshed. They'll never know. Yeah. Captain America.
Captain America.
Which, by the way...
He's such a loser.
I like how Captain America made fun of himself.
Yeah.
I could go all day. Yeah, I know.
I know.
It's so funny, like, to see how Captain America's changed, too, from, like, Age of Ultron, where he's, like, language to... That's America's ass.
He's less annoying.
I like him. I know you don't care for him.
He was like John Cena from wrestling. So it's like, oh, all right, we get it. You're holy and you're good, and you make out with that dude with the robotic arm. We get it.
I wish.
You're gay.
They had way more. Did you see? You saw Civil War. Remember how awkward that was when he kissed the one chick?
What chick?
So the girl that Captain America like went back in time with.
Yes.
She had like a granddaughter or a great granddaughter.
And he kissed her?
Yeah. And they had like no like on-screen chemistry or anything.
That's
so
weird.
When he kissed her, it was just like super awkward.
Everyone was just like
Yeah. It's like I think he had more chemistry with Bucky.
Didn't you know? I can't believe he went back in time just to slap some cheeks.
Slap some cheeks. I love that.
Is that what he says? That one name. I can't. I mean, but doesn't that like mess up everything? When they supposed not to do that?
So it does and it doesn't, because whenever they go back and change things, it's like an alternate timeline. So think about like an example, Dragon Ball Z, when Trunks goes back and helps them.
No one has ever made a confusing timeline than Dragon Ball Z.
I'm just saying, like, Trunks went back in time, but it didn't change his timeline. It just made a new universe.
Yeah, which is dumb. I'm completely pointless.
I think it explains things better.
Did he go back in time and, like, beat the androids? Like, when he went back to his timeline?
When he went back to the present, yeah, he killed the androids in his timeline because he was stronger. But yeah, he can't change the future at all.
So what do you think they're doing there?
What?
Thinking like Trunks is just like by himself.
Well, sad. You haven't watched Dragon Ball Super.
What, does he come back?
He does.
My timeline's boring, so I'm going to hang out with you guys now. Is that what he did? Just
no, I thought that was going to happen.
In shambles.
So what happens in Dragon Ball Super is they tease you. It's like Trunks is in the future and he's running away from someone. You're like, oh, who the fuck is it? And it's fucking Goku. Like, trying to kill Trunks.
Oh, is that Black Goku?
Yeah, Goku Black.
Don't shoot him, he's not black.
Yeah.
Japan, you gotta know you can't do that stuff.
Well, it's the English dub. It's like, why did you translate it like that?
Do you don't think they just said that in Japanese? Don't shoot him, he's not black?
Well, that's like the meme is, it's in English too. The clip, if you look up the clip right now, it's in English as well.
Well, I'm saying, like, so why was it translation fault? They're just translating exactly what Japan said.
Well, wouldn't they figure, like...
No, they're like, fuck you, Japan, you're going down. Like, even Japan said that. Like, don't you know?
They're not, yeah.
What do you think, how much of the population is black, you think?
Well, apparently, according to, like...
0.001%.
Hearing, like, the Super Mega podcasts and stuff when they go to Japan...
Yeah.
They have those guys like, you want to see titty?
Oh, yeah. Japan's... What an interesting culture they are.
Yeah, they're not like... they're not politically correct like us. Like, Matt and Ryan were saying that they went to that one store and they found, like, a blackface mask. Like, just being sold. Is like, oh, my God.
It's, they're such a real culture.
Yeah.
They are. They're
the panty machines.
They're like super advanced in like some aspects. And they're just really weird in other. Like maybe that's just like the
incest porn. Is this mine? Yeah, that's yours.
When did I get this?
It's been sitting here since the beginning.
Okay. You didn't poison it, did you?
Gino, what poison have you not taken to become immune to it?
I thought about doing that one day when I was like a kid.
Take like little things of poison, become immune?
Yeah, I thought that'd be like a genius idea. Like get bit by snakes over like a course of time. I
love that you thought of that as a kid.
When I was a kid, when I was like 9 or 10, I was like young. I used to like think. I used to be like, what camera did I watch? I watched something that had like Time Driver that went back in time to kill like a bad guy as like a kid or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I always thought, I'm like, I wonder in my future if I became like super evil and powerful. I'm like, would they send somebody back to kill me? And I used to be like really like paranoid about it. For like a few months. I remember when I was a kid, like after I saw that movie, I used to like look at people and like just like look at them. And I told my cousin Peter about it, and he's like, you're not gonna become powerful and evil. I go, that's what you want. That's what you want not to happen. You keep telling me that, so I become discouraged.
That's how you know if you're a good person. Like, someone hasn't traveled back in time and killed me as a kid, so I guess I turn out okay.
Yeah. Well, I used to like my younger cousins like when we'd be all at that like eating or something like that, and I give like my little cousin like John like my peanut butter sandwich. I'm like, here man, take a bite. God, thanks. Eat it. And I just stare and be like, nah, that's good. And I just eat it. Like, cousin Peter just like look at me. He's like, oh, something wrong with you, man.
I've never heard like anything like that. Someone, like a kid that had that thought. That's amazing. Only you would think that.
It's weird. I'm a weird human. I've had very weird adults at like when I was like, weird thoughts that I shouldn't have had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Probably why I'm like so skeptical. But like even at a young age, like 9 or 10, I was like, I don't think this guy thing's real. Like, I'm not really sure about that. And then it only fucking multiplied by like more and more as I got older, and it's definitely why I'm the way I am. I don't know, maybe I'm smart. I don't know. I don't feel smart because I fucking suck at math. I can't do fucking equations to save my fucking life. I don't know if that reflects IQ or not. That's like my weakness. You want to kill me, set me in a room with like math books. I'll fucking... No! Horrible at math. Horrible at math.
I don't think like, the school system just because you don't do good.
School system definitely failed me.
Yeah.
No, I failed the school system. I hated school. I had any authoritarian power that wasn't like my dad. I was like, I'm not listening to any of you. Gino can't talk during class. Why?
Why?
Math is stupid. Who cares what 2 + 2 is? I throw my book across the room.
Can you tell people the story about how you almost killed a teacher with a pencil? Do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, so it's just like
it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's so dumb. I was just acting like I'm serious. Like I try to kill someone. I'm not going to get the year away. And I'm one time in school. A certain teacher didn't like me, and she was up with my grill. She gave me my test back. I failed it. I was like, oh damn it! And I threw my pencil against the wall in front of me, and she was across the room, and she was like, "You try to throw your pencil at me?" And I was like, what? So you try to throw my pencil at me? And I was like, you just try to throw your pencil at me. I was like, listen, if I wanted to hit you with a pencil, I wouldn't have a hard time missing. and that, that sent her into another tizzy, and she was like, I'm calling the vice principal. I went, all right, I'm calling the vice principal. And then they got sent down to the vice principal's office, where he tried to grill me with her about how I tried to throw a pencil at someone. I was like, I wouldn't miss her, and I threw it against a wall that was nowhere near her. It's such like a dumb story, because it was just like me sitting there, and me just going, no.
That would actually be a great podcast if we got Gonzo, our buddy Gonzo, in here too, because some of those teachers like had vendettas against students, and I didn't understand why.
Yeah,
he had people who were out to get him too for no reason. He has that story about how him and his friend were hanging out on like the school roof, because it's like, oh, we could be on the roof. This is cool. And one kid, I think, like got detention or something, and then Gonzo got into more trouble.
I think he almost got expelled.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, they were trying to say like he tried to like jump off the roof and stuff, and like no.
Sucks. Some people never grow up.
Yeah,
like, there's some people who just shouldn't be teachers.
Some people just, I don't know, have like issues, and when they get power.
Did I give her tons of reasons to hate me? Probably. But no, I mean, I was never like that, like bad to like. I never like walked in classes like, oh, I'm gonna fucking piss this teacher off. Sometimes I just piss her off because I talk.
Yeah.
And I get angry, and I get frustrated, and break pencils, and I hit people next to me, and a certain unnamed person I used to just throw around the classroom constantly.
Oh my god.
But I was like, I was a kid, man. What do you want me to do? I was a little kid. I was a little 16-year-old kid.
That's your excuse for everything bad you've done. I was a kid. I couldn't drink. What do you want?
I was a 5'10", 205 kid. I was a little boy. How was I supposed to know any different? I did so much stupid shit in high school. I fucking hated high school. If I had a glove, I fucking flick away that high school.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat. Flick away a lot of things.
The best is he doesn't do it anymore, but our buddy Gonzo for a while was like, oh, we should go back to the high school and visit the teachers.
Yeah, have you stop that.
And you're like, why?
Everyone said, Eddie would be like, hey, let's go visit. I go, no. I go, maybe you guys said it and joked about it. I go, I hated school. I hated it.
Horrible.
And now I don't have to be there. Since graduation, the only time I walked back in there was that summer, and I had to get my transcript for OCC. It's the only time. Never walked back in that school since summer of 2011. Have not set foot back in that school. Yeah,
even like after I graduated, I'd go there sometimes just to pick my brother up, and I'd just be in the parking lot, and I'm like, this is weird.
You're getting hailed.
Just Twitter.
Who tweeted?
Let's read
see.
It. What we got?
Is that a porn star you follow on Twitter?
Yeah. Mandango. No, it's just super mega. Drop the super just mega. It's great tweeting there, Jackson.
Super Mega's not even good. We're better than them. We have 20 subscribers, so watch out.
Watch out. We're coming. We're coming.
I swear, I think the only people that continuously listen to this that's like outside of me is my one friend in North Jersey. Always likes this podcast, Luke. So Luke, if you're listening, thanks. I see it. I see you, Luke. Every time we post a podcast, He likes it on Facebook.
That's good.
He's
That's
the
awesome.
only one every time.
He wants to be that guy who brags like when we become big. He's like,
I hope.
I've been listening to them since the beginning.
Luke was one of my good boys back in the day.
Yeah.
One of my home dogs. When I lived in stupid dumbass North Jersey, we used to.
That's another podcast we could do. Is
one day, yeah.
When your North Jersey stories.
It was a fucking insane place to live in. North Jersey. North Jersey, it's also like different because it's just like a completely different environment.
Yeah.
Like it's all North Jersey. Like when you get out of South Jersey, it's like we don't call pork roll. You call it Taylor ham. It's just completely a polar opposite. And there's a lot of people in one fucking spot. It's insane how fucking.
I think like some of the area around us is like overcrowded, but I can only imagine up there.
Dude, North Jersey's insane. When I go to Wyckoff to see my aunt for like Christmas and stuff,
yeah,
it's just like the roads are just packed with people. It's just like there's malls everywhere, and it's just like there's nothing built up. It's like insane how like built up North Jersey is. You have to go past Wyckoff, like in the fucking West Milford, and then it's like mountains and hills still. Like northern Passaic and like Sussex are still just like woods for now. But it's just like a totally different environment up there. Totally different, and I don't miss it. I much love the shore much more. Such a good place down here.
Yeah.
Besides the Lakewood being so close.
And the heroin problem. Pill problem.
That's everywhere, though.
That's everywhere.
We are the worst, though, apparently. Which I don't know why, but demographically, we have the most, I think, overdoses, and our county is the most overdose county, like, in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I think we're, like, top 3 in, like, the world. In the country.
We gotta be good at something.
Really good at putting needles in our arms and just going, ugh. That's the noise you make when you do heroin.
Fun fact. We're at 50 minutes now. Do you want to end it? Do we should end it on a higher topic?
Heroin's not a high topic. It's the highest topic.
It is.
I don't think I have anything else really to say.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
It's just funny. I was just going to say that how we plan the podcast and when we start them, they're just completely different. Like we walked in here like, yeah, I guess we could start off with Avengers. And we start talking about fucking work stories for 20 minutes.
Well, that's why I like it.
And then Avengers we didn't even talk about for that long.
I think the best podcasts are unplanned.
Yeah.
You can go with a subject in your head. But every time I sit in front of the mic, I'm just going to say what comes to my brain. And I'm going to let it come out. And, if conversation ever gets dry, it's always good to have a point to something that you can talk about.
But we knew this beforehand too. Like, yeah, we could do a podcast. We could keep talking.
I could talk for years.
You could.
It's a talent of mine. I'm hoping that's why it makes me money one day. I can literally talk for like hours, unended, and I'm totally cool with it. So who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe one day we'll have podcasts that last as long as H3H3s for 3 hours.
Ooh.
We'll have maybe like Joe Rogan. We'll have Jordan Peterson on. To debate himself.
We'll
have Dan on. You gotta get Dan on. You gotta work on that.
Yeah, we're gonna get a guest eventually. My buddy Dan, beautiful Dan. He lives in Alaska. He's in the military.
None of his facts are true.
None of those facts are true.
He's a Klingon.
He's a Klingon from outer space.
From Klingon Topia.
If we joke about it, people won't think that he's real.
Oh, he's real. I kiss him. He's real. He's a great man. Yeah, we'll have someone on. I thought Gonzo would have been here today, but he's busy flapping his pee-pee against the wall. Like, per usual.
That poor wall.
That's how he paints.
Just
a little bit of paint on his dick, and he just walks around and just goes pop, 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 pop. And that's it. And that's where we'll end it on penis pump.
Penis painting.
Penis painting. Penis painting. You guys should Google it. It's a lot of cool videos.
Yeah, buy Gonzo's penis art.
Bye.
Bye.